event Snoop put on for the kids. As you see, we got all the news media here. We got Christine Divine here. We got Channel 4 here. We got K-Day here. CC the Mamacita. You know, so we out here. You dig? So we out here supporting. That's what we do. Snoop Dogg, R&M, Backstage Access Magazine, Snoop Football League. As you see, we step behind the scenes.
Did the champ come yet?
Nah, Church, nah, he's not here yet. So what's up, P? You got your nephew here from the Snoop Dogg League?
Yeah, man, this is one of the youngest kids in the league, but Dogg moved him up because he's one of the coldest, straight out of Pomona. He'll let you tell him about what he does.
What's your name? What's your position?
Jalen Smith. My position is running back.
How old are you?
I'm 12. I'm about to be 13.
About to be 13, so you real at your position?
Yes, sir.
All right, man, you got to stay disciplined. You got the right people behind you, man, just looking out for you and making this happen.
Sports all day long.
All day long, you dig? R&M.
Hi, Percy, how are you?
Jam!
Good, thank you so much.
Tell them what you said. How come they did
It means what for legacy.
Bar, you got your wristband right there. Thank you. What's yours, sir?
When I was a kid, I used to watch a television show called Look and there was a character named Snoop. I liked him so much, my mother said I looked like him. He started doing this to me.
Here with all Dogg's closest friends, family. Everybody came out to see Coach Snoop, picked up on AOL.com, shot 8 seasons, 8 episodes actually, behind the scenes of Snoop coaching the YSFL League, on the field, off the field, their travels, their ups, their downs. You get to see it all through Coach Snoop's eyes. So that's what it is. He got all his kids out here from all the different teams just in the YSFL League. They down here, they parents came to support. We got CJ in the house, one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now in the YSFL League. You'll see him tonight on Christine Divine, Channel 11. So this is how we do it. Stay tuned for everything on Channel 11 with Miss Christine Divine, R&M, The Return of Doggy Style. So you see we bring you guys behind the scenes of what we got going on.
coach, and I'm very fortunate to have a great team. And you know, you just try to get the kids' trust and the coaches' trust, and you know, everybody was great to work with, and Snoop surrounded himself with a great group of people.
Snoop, many of us in the room, myself included, been watching you do incredible things for decades now, and doing them in a great manner. But this isn't something that you do as a hobby. I mean, witnessing this and watching this story, this is something that you are great at, and you're not doing it for yourself. It is so clear and apparent that you are doing it for these kids. What made you make the choice to go all in at this level?
My kids first, you know, my oldest son, when he started playing, I definitely was, you know, learning how to be a coach and how to be a better person. And then when my baby boy started playing, I fell in love with his team and the players, and it's just a natural, you know, feeling out there. You can't be biased. I don't know how to do daddy ball. I don't know how to just coach my son and my son only and just love my son and my son only. I fell in love with everything and everybody that was out there in the football world, and it's just every year was drawing me in. It was like I would tell my peoples who do, you know, I make a lot of money when I perform on stage around the time football season is popping. So I would tell my peoples I'm not doing no shows. They're like, well, hold on, we got all this money in. And I'm like, well, I'm doing football. They're like, well, football don't make you no money, it costs you money. And I'm like, well, it gives me the best feeling in the world. So it's like I would trade that for that any day, and it's become a part of my life for the past 13 years. I want to thank my wife and my kids for allowing me to do it too, because without them, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And they've always did it with love. They've always supported me. They've always allowed me to father other kids, so to speak. And I want to give them a shout out for allowing me to tap into who I am, because it helped me to become a better father and a better husband and a better man to my family in general. So like I say, this experience is something that I treasure, because I really love being a part of these kids' lives. I love when a kid is in college. I just had a show in Washington, and one of the kids I coached that played with my son, he came to visit me, and he was one of the worst kids I ever coached. But seeing him grow into a grown man, he blew my mind, because everything we taught him came to life. And he was like, Coach, I want to thank you and all the coaches for what y'all did for me, and y'all helped me and shaped me into a man. And that's what means the world to me, is that when a kid grows up and comes back and say, Coach, you did this for me.
I think a lot of times when people think of the area that these kids come from, all they ever really hear is these negative stories or these negative circumstances. And because of that, I think it's hard for people, they don't think of Los Angeles and they don't think of these neighborhoods, and in turn they don't think of the fact that these are human stories, they're regular people. And one of the things that you did so well was just to capture the everyday challenges of a kid. And these kids, as they're coming up, they could be from everywhere. They just happen to be from where they are in Los Angeles. What made you make that choice to really be that specific?
I mean, you know, if you can learn the personal stories about the kids, hopefully you care about what happens in the games. And, you know, I just wanted to, you know, like with Maximus, you know, you would think the biggest kid on the team, you know, would be maybe the biggest bully on the team, but it's just the opposite. And it was cool to see that a lot of these kids don't fit stereotypes, because you like to put everybody in a box, you know. And even with the police, we wanted to show that one of the kids' dads was a police officer, so that, you know, it's very easy to stereotype. Even with Snoop, you can see him get stereotyped, and you get to see a whole different side of him in the series. And that, you know, everybody, you know, we all just trying to do our best. And you know, I think you saw that with the kids. And what's kind of cool with AOL being our partner, you know, that there's a lot of extra content that you guys didn't get to see. And on the AOL website, there's a lot of bonus material. We filmed a bunch of other stuff too that didn't make it. That'll all the extras will be in there. So hopefully people get this full giant experience, and you know, they'll be ready to jump on board and for season 2.
This is incredible. I think everyone would agree. This is groundbreaking. This is groundbreaking content, and I'm proud to sit up on the stage with you. What's the goal of this league in the big picture? If you could give us what 20 years from now looks like, where do you want to be?
Wow, we already in the NFL. We already won a Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know, man. These kids, they surprise me, man. They shock me because we have kids that went on to become lawyers, doctors, firemen. It's not just the football players. It's not just boys in the league. It's cheerleaders. It's girls in this league. It's lives that we shaping and we changing and we molding. And to me, like, I didn't do it for this reason. I did it because my son was playing, and I didn't like the other league that was not catering to the urban kids and the prices and the fees. It started from that, me talking to one of the coaches that I had met, Commissioner Wadu, and we, bonded and created a relationship and a friendship, and we just said we want to start a league. And, come to find out, his mom used to be the president of King Conference, which was a league I played in as a kid. So the spirit of football and youth and kids has always been in him, has been in me. I didn't know that I was going to do this. I thought I was going to be a gangster rapper forever. But this is something this overwhelms me as a rapper. I don't even really, I've never busted a rap for the kids. 13 years I've been coaching, I ain't never did one rap. If a kid called me Snoop Dogg, they got to do 20 push-ups. I did one song for the whole league. Yeah, but I don't rap for the kids. Like, they know they don't get Snoop Dogg until they get 19 or 20.
So you make them do push-ups if they call you Snoop?
That was the initial, when I first started coaching, because it was so many kids that would just say, Snoop Dogg, I seen you on the video. Snoop Dogg, I said, give me 20 push-ups. Then it got to the point to where the other kids would be like, you can't call him Snoop Dogg, but he gonna make you do push-ups. So they started to spread the word that you gotta call him Coach Snoop. So I ain't been called Snoop Dogg in so long. From kids that actually play in my league, but kids that outside of my league, naturally they gonna come up to me and say, oh, Snoop Dogg, I seen you in Turbo, I seen you. Yeah, whatever, man. Line up.
Well, we look forward to season 2, and I'll give an opportunity for anybody in the audience to don't be scared. Ask some questions. We got microphones out here.
Uh-oh.
Don't be scared.
We love you, Coach Snoop.
Love you too. Thank you.
It was so cool to see all the kids in the lobby on the red carpet, and they were just fired up, man. Their eyes were this big.
This is what I love, Sal. I love when, and a lot of the kids that played for me, they always say, Coach Snoop, thank you for putting me in positions that I'm in now, that you trained me as a kid. Whether it's walking the red carpet, playing out of state against a team, playing under the lights at 7, 8, 9 years old, playing against the best competition, walking around celebrities, being in the presence of Super Bowl winners, going to the day before the Super Bowl to practice with a team that's about to play in the Super Bowl. Like the experiences that I give these kids, it's nothing to me, but it means the world to them, and I'm just privileged to be able to take my Snoop Dogg power and use it to sprinkle all of this love to these kids in the league.
Just to add to that, like the way we ended the last episode, I think you get to really see Snoop's character, come through as a coach. Like, you really see him as not Snoop Dogg, but as Coach Snoop. And, he says in there, with great power comes great responsibility. He says that in episode 1. You see in the last episode how he kind of creates that whole spirit of the team, and that it's obviously the end results are important, but it's not about winning and losing. It's about what he's teaching. And he, Snoop just mentioned, teaching them things, as their kids. He's teaching them how to deal with adversity, how to deal with struggle, how to deal with losing, because you're not going to win all the time. So, for me, as a father, I was able to learn some good lessons myself, and things to teach my kids, so thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Cooper Johnson. Shout out to young Cooper Johnson.
Yes, Cooper Johnson. That's my son.
Okay, he ready to go right
And
now.
his brother Tyler, too.
Yeah, Tyler, we're going to get you going with Cooper ready to go right now.
I think that was probably one of the most powerful things that I saw in this. Not just in that the way you taught those kids to lose. I mean, that was truly incredible. For them to go through that experience of we're gonna forget that the experience of going there, not just being on the field. That changes lives forever.
I mean, I wish it was a Snoop Dogg when I was a kid, like, for real. But at the same time, I love being a big kid with them, so I get to experience what they experience too. So it's like the never-ending story. Me being the biggest kid on the team, I have the most fun with them. I don't see them as much, but when I do see them, I make the most time with them. I like to give them gifts and reward them for doing great. And I also stay in their lives and make sure that they doing what they're supposed to be doing scholastically, because that's the most important thing, to make sure that they understand that I'm where I'm at because I use my educational tools to get where I'm at, and I wouldn't be here without them. So we try to push that and strive that, and we work with the parents, and we make sure that we all on the same page, but keeping these kids straight on and off the field.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for coming out tonight. Coach Snoop, congratulations.
Oh yeah, shout out to my team mom, Miss Nakati. She's been my team mom.
Reputable, extraordinary, exceptionally, never late, predicate, elevate, levitate. My nigga, I'm way too high to ever hate. Papa Snoop and my mama Beverly, heavenly. Thank God for y'all having me on the real. The Bloods and the Crips was the same, and all niggas joined one gang.
What if?
My granny wouldn't have died, man. I probably wouldn't have been from the east side.
What if?
You can do what you don't and live how you motherfucking won't. Say that.
We had a reckless motherfucker that was king of the West Coast instead of Big Snoop Dogg. We never had a nigga like Big Pete from the South Side, nigga going booyah. We never had a real woman that could raise us and teach us and show us what the real one.